Welcome back.
What the fuck that was? Welcome back.
I don't know. Yeah. To the Lousy Show.
To the Lousy Show.
Jeez. Oh man. Oh man. Jeez.
Yes.
It's just look, it's a new year, new us.
Yep.
Oh, no, same us. Who am I kidding?
Yeah, mostly same us. Yep.
Yeah.
Nothing drastically new this year, I don't think.
And much the same. Y'all already know what time it is. It's time for an ad read.
It's time for an ad read.
Hey, I like the little reversal there. Yeah. Y'all know what's up. We're partnered with Into the AM. Links in the description and in the pinned comment, intotheam.com/lousy, where you can go get dope stuff like he's pointing out right now, like his hat and his jacket. Y'all see me rock the hoodies, the shirts. I mean, you hear us talk about their underwear all the time. They have all kinds of great things to fit every style that you enjoy. And if you go there right now by clicking the link that we have in the description in the pinned comment, Sam, what can they get?
If you go to intotheam.com/lousy, if you pick out some cool stuff, put it all in your cart. Make sure to put in our code LOUSY in the coupon section at checkout. You get 10% off on top of whatever else they're doing. So, you know, they were doing a lot of really cool end of the year sales. I'm sure by now they're doing some sort of new year sale. So, you know, they got something, get a little extra something on top of it. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And yes, if you do go purchase anything there by using our code and our link, we do get a little bit of cheddar off of it. So we greatly appreciate those who do go through our links and make those purchases. As a matter of fact, actually shout out to Into the AM on this, because we just got an email from our rep, Alex. We love Alex. Alex, we love you. Alex actually reached out and, was just, give us a big thanks for the work we put in with partnering with them this year and being able to establish this and then further continuing the building of this awesome partnership into the new year. So it was just nice to see them reach out to us and give us that love. So Alex, we appreciate you. Into the AM, we appreciate you, and we appreciate all of our viewers and listeners. Go into the link again, intotheam.com/lousy. Go get you some dope stuff. Help us keep the lights on. But with that, let's dive in, because this year we actually talked about this for once. We're prepared with a topic. And it would come as no surprise, being a new year, that a new year comes with, new journeys, new opportunity, new paths, and new resolutions.
Yep.
And last year I feel like we went over our resolutions last year. This year I'm gonna be a bit more poignant, I guess you could say, with mine.
What a fancy word.
Yes.
Your IQ ain't high enough for that. No, I'm just kidding.
Look, hey, I know a bunch of big words and don't know what they mean. All right, so
I know 3-syllable words.
Poignant.
Boing, 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 boing.
I believe, yes, we did do our resolutions last year, correct?
Let's see. Yeah, lousy New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
Sure enough. Actually, we didn't. You did.
Oh, I did?
Yep. That was, I think, the one video I did not show up on. I honestly can't remember why. I busy
remember
doing
now.
Something. But yeah, it was just you talking about your resolutions. So
yes, I remember you. So there was a very important. Why are there? We're gonna stop for a moment. We're being infiltrated by nonsense again, because I log into our account for YouTube. If you remember back, we had a full conversation about transparent try-ons and why somehow YouTube thought we wanted to watch that when we hadn't watched that at all in our history.
Yep.
Well, we haven't watched anything at all on our channel. We typically keep that for, the incognito modes. And for some reason, YouTube thinks we want to watch wild mechanical bull riding, which there are a lot of very, very kind ladies who are dressed very scantily clad.
All right, bring it back around, buddy. Come on.
I just don't understand why YouTube's doing that to us again. But I do remember now that for that episode, you actually, because it was like an emergency situation where you were like, no, you were sick. You were sick.
Probably.
You were sick because I remember it was like you had gotten sick like that morning and you were like, there's no way I can make it. And we were like, had nothing to go out that week. I was like, I guess I'll go record.
Yeah.
So, so New Year's resolutions, I'm gonna look that up real quick.
I feel like I probably would have put something in the video. Just like hey, I'm here, sorry. Because I still edited it.
You did edit it. I just don't remember if you did anything like that or not. Nonetheless, I now that you're here, we can both talk about our resolutions. But like I said, I'm gonna be a bit more. I'm not gonna be as broad as I was last time. I'm gonna be very specific and direct. And I feel like this is something that a lot of people can really use as far as information, because it's a reminder that a lot, at least for me, it was a good reminder to myself, having the conversation, not necessarily with myself, but just being able to, kind of think it over, how I'm feeling, how I want to feel going into the new year, how I want to feel throughout the year. And a lot of, through that self-reflection, where I want that to take me.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I mean, I guess before we even jump in, like, being that you weren't able to join last year, do you have any that you would like to share with our Lousy listeners?
Yeah. I mean, last year, a lot happened. A lot happened.
Yeah.
A lot of what, my resolutions were, moving. So check, got that. So I got up here and got settled in, really loving the area. So, big dub on that side. My other resolutions were to get out of my previous job, which got out of that. And I wasn't really sure what a new job would look like after that. And so new job now, very, very good. It's been more of a corporate office cubicle kind of thing, but a little less retail. But so yeah, I got that done. And then other thing was losing some weight. Like, I got chunky. I was up to 275 and now down to like 230, 235. And so really liked that progression. So, took care of us being the house and the move, took care of me with the weight loss and the new job. And so now it's going to be piggybacking off of that for me. It's not so much just doing the diet thing now, but also like, doing the very cliche New Year's resolution. I'm not going to jump straight to it because I don't want to even think about a gym in the first month of this year because it's just going to be ridiculous. But, start, either doing some body weight or free weight stuff here. And then eventually get into the gym. My wife was wanting me to go with too, just so that we can kind of help keep each other accountable. So that'll be nice. And then, just do more outdoor activities, just take better care of myself, and then just also improve at the job. So a little bit broad, a little bit specific. But it was I like to take this time of year, most people do, to reflect on what we did in the last year, which was a lot of really awesome stuff. And then hoping to continue that and move that into 2025. So that's me, is getting not necessarily swole, but getting much healthier.
Absolutely. And that's a really good thing. Like, I think, as cliche as it is, like you mentioned, I still think that's probably one of the better resolutions someone could definitely put themselves into, and also fully recognize, like, smart move on not trying to join a gym right out the gate, because you do have a lot of people who are going to be doing that. Like, to me, that's probably one of the, like I said, one of the best you can definitely have. Taking your own personal health into account, especially the age that we are, is very important right now.
Mm.
So, like, big W's on that.
I'm also excited to mess with the new job. Has like a wellness stipend. So they just give you $650 a year to either put towards a gym membership, or you can put it towards like any anything outdoor or fitness related. So, like you go to like Apple Watches, Pelotons, weightlifting sets. So I'm gonna start doing some digging around on that and either building something up here or just put that towards the gym membership. But I think since my wife also gets one, I think, and so I think we can stack like a discount and still get the stipend on hers, and then we could take advantage of mine too. So we got to look into that a little bit more. But like I said, that's like a month or two down the road.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, like, I know y'all have been doing a lot of hiking and whatnot. If y'all know he's in the PNW, and PNW is notorious for hiking. Yep. Is there anything like any special spots that you want to hit this year that you're like, gotta do that? Because I know, like we talked about, like you're not the kind of person who's like, I'm gonna fucking climb Everest. Yeah. But I'm sure there's like, but I'm sure there's like some sort of like, a path or something that you've just heard about and you're like, I gotta hit this.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen some cool ones, like St. Helens has a pretty sweet path apparently. And then, just getting up to the top, and of course it's a little shorter now, so makes it a little easier. I don't think I'd ever want to hike to like the tippy top of anything here, like Rainier or Hood or Adams. But there's a lot of really pretty national forest around all four of them. And so really it's just, go start walking somewhere. There is a really cool path. I can't remember if I mentioned it on here before or not, but I can't remember the name of it, but it's got 10 waterfalls all in this one path. And it's like 5 miles. So like, it's not a super crazy path. So I think that's going to be our more immediate goal, is to go and do that one. Yeah. And then start working our way up. Like literally just anywhere you go, you trip on them, as far as trails to walk. So I'd say maybe as a hard goal towards the end of the year, maybe making it up St. Helens. I don't know. I need to do some research into it before I'm, signing myself up for rock climbing classes, because I don't want to have to literally climb a rock. Like I want to be a little lazy at least, and like I don't mind walking up a steep hill, but like I'm not trying to be dangling off with ropes. So
yeah, I would definitely like to get you out here. For anybody who's familiar with Missouri, Missouri is 2 major cities on the farthest points of the side, being St. Louis and Kansas City. And then in the middle of that is all just rural area, beautiful, like, greenery. But the Ozarks, I've heard, have some of the like top tier hiking spots.
Yeah.
So definitely would like to get you out of here for that this year and like have some fun with that. Like maybe just have a weekend where we just go out to the Ozarks, because it's like, at least from Kansas City, I think it's like a 3-hour drive to one of the premier spots.
Yeah.
So like not a bad drive at all. And I think that'd be a lot of fun to definitely like get out there and one, experience what you love so much, but 2, like get you out to a new spot, to mark it on the list.
Yep. Yeah. I think eventually we'll start doing stuff around the country, but just kind of, we moved up here to be able to do it kind of whenever we want, whereas we're in Texas, it wasn't as, there was cool stuff to go see, but it was either going to be hot as shit or closed. So, or boring or far away as shit. So,
yeah, that's definitely like, and I'm going to say this, I mean, if you're new to the show, just as a brief little TLDR, he and I both moved to very different locations of the country. Yeah. We used to be in studio in Texas, in Austin, and absolutely love Texas. Like I love Texas through and through. Texas is barring any exterior words you've heard through whatever news site you want to read, Texas is actually not a bad place to live. The people of Texas love to be loved, and it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, kind of scenario. Like they're like, howdy neighbor, like, it's a great place to go. The problem with living in Texas is it is fucking huge. And to Sam's point, like for instance, one of my favorite Lego spots to go to, you remember, was Nessie Bricks. Shout out Nessie. Love the owner there. Met him when he was still in his garage selling like as a premier store out of his garage before he went brick and mortar. When he went brick and mortar, it would legitimately take me a solid like 20 to 30 minutes just to get to him. But like on the map, it didn't even look that far away.
Yeah.
Like when it's so aggressively difficult to go anywhere. Where like without having to make a day trip of it, you know?
Yeah.
And that's a really tough part because like you got a lot of cool stuff on the east side of Texas, a lot of greenery, a lot of swimming holes, a lot of hiking, you know, and then on the west side of Texas, you got a lot of desert area that's actually really cool too. Like a lot of cultural places out there that are really sick to visit.
Yeah.
Hell, even going to San Antonio. Like San Antonio is one of my favorite cities to visit. Just for, I mean, like the shops down there are awesome. Hell, you know, shout out Calaveras. That's where I've gotten a couple of my tattoos.
Yeah.
Like, you know, San Antonio is awesome, but still going from Austin to San Antonio was a fucking hike. Like,
yeah,
it's
it's an hour and a half, but you know, sometimes two, just depending on what time of day you're going. But
unless you take Route 130, then you can get there in 30 minutes.
As long as there's no state troopers, yeah. I mean, the speed limit's already 85, but you know, nobody's going 85. Nobody's going 85. And if you are, then it's like the Autobahn, like get the fuck over.
Yeah, exactly. No, I would definitely, like I said, I would definitely still like to get you out here for sure. Because you know, like you said, it's one of those things that you can do when you want to do it. You have the freedom to do it as you want to do it. Which that freedom, you know, we didn't have that freedom of really doing those things back in Texas, and now that you have that, it's really cool, and that you get to like really grow on that this year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm excited, and so yeah, I think it's only hopefully up from here. Maybe literally
absolutely.
up a mountain. We'll see.
I'll say that's a pun, and I respect it.
What about you? What are yours?
So I was thinking about it, and I actually have three. I have three. If the episode that Sam was referring to earlier, I actually went and it was right at the beginning when you were talking. I was kind of like hyper skimming it real quick to just kind of like get a thought of what I was talking about, and I remember now. So last year, if I'm not mistaken, it was a lot to do with me moving here, buying a house. But also at that time of recording that, we had just had our youngest.
Yeah, literally a few days before.
Yeah, like I remember we had him, and then we had to stay at the children's hospital for a little bit, and then I recorded right as we got home.
Yep.
And so with all that said, this year is a lot different for me. This past year has tested me in ways that I did not anticipate. Number one, definitely mentally. Getting into therapy this year, hardcore, especially after the move, was very tough because and I have no problem being in a vulnerable mind state for this. So when moving up here, as Sam has said time and time again, I work myself to death for the betterment of others to the detriment of myself. And I have always been a goal-driven individual. The one thing you can tell me that will absolutely put me in high gear is that I can't do something. If you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to find 10 different ways to do it. I'm going to show you how I did it, and then it's going to be done. This year, my biggest goal was to buy a house. And we did that. And when we moved up here, I kind of went to a really dark place. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
A big victory like that, you would think is like, said to be celebrated. And while it was celebrated, absolutely. Like I celebrated the week we bought the house. I celebrated when we moved in, but it definitely set in that one of the biggest goals that I've had set for me for a few years now was finally achieved. And there was nothing that big to replace it. And needless to say, the thoughts that were going through my head were very, very dark and dismal. And I fully admit, there were nights that we would sit here and do this for you all, and I was painting a smile on my face. Like, there was a few nights I can definitely tell you where Sam and I would literally just not record because he'd be like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Nope." And we would just sit here and talk.
Yeah.
And so got into therapy, and therapy helped me a lot. It definitely, it provided me a new narrative on things that I don't have to be goal oriented so much anymore. I can still be me. I can still, enjoy the things I enjoy and help. But one of the things that this year has taught me, without having goals to really like orient myself to a straightforward path, is my first resolution is definitely fill my cup and be selective with who takes from my cup.
Yeah.
When you're at the age of 33 and you're not getting any younger by the day, you start to learn really quick that the energy that you have for people, and the energy that you've had for people, does have it does have an expiration date, and it can get spoiled, and when it does, woo, does it hurt you? Yeah. And also, your cup is not endless. It's not. I know the metaphorical cup here, if you will. Just follow me. Your cup's not endless. And I've learned that pretty well over the last few weeks of 2024. And so going into 2025, it might sound selfish, but I think it's a fair assessment to say it's okay to be selfish in scenarios when it's dealing with your energy and who you provide it to. Because while, yes, I will still be the same person I am, and still provide the same, caring attitude and caring mentality towards individuals of whomever, I'm going to be very careful who I pour my cup out for. Yeah. Because I have learned what it looks like to have that cup be empty for a long period of time, and it sucks.
Yeah, it's rough for sure.
Yeah. I don't want to be rude to people. Like, I don't want to come off as snappy. I don't want to be this Scrooge, but at the same time, like, I'm going to be like that if I don't have that energy to provide myself, if I don't have the cup overfloweth for myself, Yeah. But I still want to be able to provide for people, but I need to provide to myself as well.
Yeah.
I need to put my own mental health in that realm of things at the forefront before I can really, continue to spill out to others. And so that's definitely my first resolution this year. My second one is a little different, entirely, actually. I want to start a business this year. And what I mean by that is, TLS is a business. Sam and I are the owners of this business. We talk about everything top down, right? We handle any business decisions. We make them together. Anything that needs to be done, we talk it out. Like, yes, this is a business, but what I want to do is, and I mean, hell, even with streaming, that was a business, but I don't necessarily want to do content. I want to get into like a few different ideas and just see what I can hash out to really create a new like line of profit for myself, and also be able to create, to see that the go and the return. Got a couple ideas in the tank, one of which definitely feels like a little oversaturated market, but I think I could have some fun with it because being a barber, I would like to come out with my own line of beard products.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
I'd be happy to model.
Yes. Yes. I think it'd be really fun to do so. It's more so just making sure I have the upfront, cash for it and such. But I've ended 2024 with doing a little bit of research on, what I would need, like what I need to present to the FDA to get them to approve things and be able to actually start, marketing it out. But I think I would have a lot of fun in that realm. And that's just one of a few things I've got in the mind, of what I want to do. But that's definitely at the forefront because it's something I use daily.
Yeah.
Same. Yeah, I think it'd be really cool to have my own business, in that vein, to, sell products that I can trust, instead of, because I mean, looking from this standpoint, I mean, like how long I've been cutting hair, like what?
A long time. Yeah.
8 years professionally. I think like 10 years, because the 2 years prior to that, I was just like, set of clippers, come here, I'll cut your hair real quick.
Yeah.
But like, I think 8 years professionally, because I'm talking about from the day I started training, to get my license. Yeah. So 8 years professionally, and I look at it from that standpoint, like, I don't know what goes into these products. I don't care if, and I'm not going to name any products. I'm not here to bash anybody. Like, I'm just saying you don't know behind the scenes what goes in those products.
Yeah.
So for someone like myself, if I'm putting something in someone's hair, if I can't trust to put it in my own hair, why would I put it in theirs?
Yep.
You know? Whereas if I have my hands on with the product and I know for a fact that product is chemical free, you know, additive free, it's a genuine product that can help, you know, the follicle and help the hair and keep things healthy and your skin healthy and so on and so forth. Like, cool, I can back that product 100%. How can I do that? I need to make it myself.
Yep.
You know?
Or just know
So
who's making it and like all the detail behind it. But really, the only way to do that is to make it yourself. Like,
yep.
Actually.
Yeah. So that's
a good idea. I like it.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. I think it, and I know it. Trust me when I say it, it doesn't, you know, contrast the my first resolution there, because I'm not going to do it as like a goal oriented, like I want to make, you know, $1 million in my first year.
Yeah.
I just want to be able to create and see how well the business can go. And not set a number to it for me to like boom off the market. Like if we boom, sick. If we can get some sales and some general, you know, and get into some like general stores and things like that, sick. But I'm not going to try and have like a goal oriented figure on it within my first year. I'm just going into it with the creative mind of, you know, hey, I want to be able to make this. These are the scents and the products and the things that I want to have and so on and so forth, and just have my hand in the creative process. And then who knows, maybe next year, you know, if things go well, yeah, you know, we'll start setting some goals on it. But yeah, I would like to try and jump in on that and just have fun with it.
Oh yeah.
So, and my third one is, and I know it's going to sound cheesy, but it's truly it truly is a goal for me this year. And Sam has no idea of this. My resolution is to really like dedicate a lot of fucking time to this show, for us to do what we've always joked about, and it, you know, make it a full-time job that can actually pay our bills and be really cool doing so. The reason I say that is because, you know, we always make the joke, and from my standpoint, I speak on it from my standpoint because Sam and I do two very different things when it comes to the exterior of TLS. Yeah. You see us co-hosting this together, but when it comes to behind the scenes, like it really is just a like,
yeah, it's a divide and conquer as opposed to,
yeah,
you know, doing a little bit of everything together.
Yeah, like and make no mistake, like we do still have a hand in things that happen. Like if there's an edit that Sam does, he'll be like, "Hey, did you see that episode? Yeah, what'd you think of that edit?" Because he's always trying to find ways to become better and better and better at what he does. And the same thing for me is like, yeah, like, hey, you know, this is what I'm working on. What do you think of these keywords here or certain titles here? What, do you think this would work? Like just kind of pinging it off of his head to get, you know, that exterior thought where he's not always involved with that.
Yeah.
But truly, like from my perspective, with handling all the social media and things, and especially with this impending TikTok ban in the US, there's a lot of variables that we don't know are going to happen. And so what I'm trying to do is really, really dedicate a lot of time, a lot more time to make this an active multi-lane scenario, if you will, where there's like the main content is always to YouTube and Spotify, but then we have our other variables of content to like Facebook and Instagram and fucking hell, Threads and all, whatever, like, you know, being able to get our stuff out as we go. And so that's one of my resolutions, is to really dedicate that time this year. Like I've done a good job of it in my mind for what I've done this year, but I know I can do a lot more. And so that's what I'm doing for myself, is setting that goal to do more and really bring that hammer in and see what we can make happen with this. Because the goal is still for us to have fun. I will never stress myself out with this show, much like I know he won't. That's not the point. Because when we've had the experience where we start to stress ourselves out and shit went south really fast.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that I can provide a lot more to the scenario than I have, and I'm going to do so this year to make that work for us. So.
Hell yeah. Some solid resolutions there.
Yeah. You know, last year, coming off of having a kid, you kind of learn a few things. At least a second kid, I should say.
Yeah. I was going to say, it's not your first rodeo when it comes to that. I'm sure it definitely does still shift the, you know, frame of thinking
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I still think back to last year. Right at the beginning of the year, I just remember like her being in labor pains. I'm like, all right, get in the car, come on, let's go.
Yep.
At the hospital, like, all right, I've had this routine before. Just tell me where I gotta go. Like,
no anxiety this time.
Nope. Get him out. Come on, let's have a party. Oh man, but no, I think 2025 is gonna be a good year.
Yeah, I'm really excited for it, and just being able to explore and just live more. Like,
yeah,
I think it'll be cool.
That is one thing I will say is gonna be really nice, because especially with the fact that you and I both moved pretty much simultaneously.
Yeah.
There's no secret behind it. Like, if you plan on moving across the country, understand your finances better be right tight, because you're gonna be recouping a lot over time. But I think that, and I can speak for myself here. I think that it's finally getting to a point where it's more comfortable.
Yeah.
To be able to go out and explore a little bit more.
Yep.
I don't feel like I have to like replenish so much. It's nice to finally like say like, okay, cool. We've kind of gotten past that first wave.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time for us to actually enjoy the area a bit more, which hell, even with that, I kind of have this last 2 weeks. I've gone hunting for barbecue spots. So.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, Kansas City's famous for it. So yeah, might as well.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. That's one thing I would love, if we are able to get you out here this year. Because I would love for me to fly out to you and you to fly out to me.
Yeah.
When we get you out here, I'm not saying if, when we get you out here, I would love for us to do like a TLS. It could be 1 or 2 episodes, whatever it is, but I would love for us to sit down and do a true like old energy drink style show where we rank barbecue spots in the area.
Yeah.
And like, from someone who has a seasoned palate to someone who has a new palate to the area, it'd be really cool to see like how plus that's a lot of barbecue. We're gonna be fucking raw.
We're gonna need to do that over multiple days. Like, we're not gonna be able to, because like I'm not just gonna eat like a couple bites of something.
No, you're gonna want to finish it.
Like, no, we're gonna need to like go to one restaurant every day and like compare 5 of them.
Yeah,
probably, or however many, or maybe do like 2 each day, 1 for lunch, 1 for dinner. But
yeah,
we're gonna be having the meat sweats, and our
in the best way.
Our colon is not gonna like us very much, but it'll be all right.
Yeah, I do think you'll like it though. I think it'll be a good experience for you when you get out here.
I've had a few, like Kansas City barbecue things, and they were good. So like, to get the actual like legit stuff, I'm sure it's gonna be just infinitely better.
Yep. Also, just the vibe of the place. Like, it'd be cool to like get a little bit of like on-site, interaction, because like, for instance, one place that I know I really enjoy is Arthur Bryant's, and Arthur Bryant's is really good. I mean, they have great selection of meats, great selection of sides, but like, the place feels like a barbecue joint.
Yeah.
And it doesn't feel like a
corporatized one or anything. Like,
yeah, exactly. It doesn't feel like a restaurant, right? It doesn't feel like let's go and have a reservation. No, it's like, it's a barbecue joint where you walk in and the line is all the way out the door. The place looks like it's pulled from a picture of the 1950s, and like the vibe that you get from the workers in the back is always like great. Like, they're all like, yeah, they're sweaty, they're hot, they're fucking tired, but they're always like, all right, what you want? All right, sick. All right, we got you. Cool. You want a big rack? All right, say less. Cool. Like, they're not going to talk to you like, yes, sir. Like, they're talking to you like a friend. Like, all right, what you want? All right, get your plate. Come on, let's go.
Yeah.
It's the vibe that you
it's
get.
Like a
so I'd be
as
excited.
to a restaurant.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. So definitely excited to get to take you out to those places. I think it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But I think that's it for me as far as my resolutions go.
I think that's it. I mean, that's the thing with the resolutions. We can talk about them until we're blue in the face, but we've
got to do
them at this point. So now watch us do them over the next year.
Absolutely.
And let us know what your resolutions are, for sure, down in the comments.
Dude, you took the words right out of my mouth.
Yep. Go ahead.
I literally was about to say, and I'm also curious as to what y'all's are. So I will say this too. The final note, TLS has evolved a lot of this last year. I really am curious to where we go this year.
Oh yeah.
The podcast will stay ever present, but I'm really curious like how we're going to evolve this channel. Like, how we can continue to grow for you all. So
yep.
I'm excited to really see where that trajectory goes.
Mm-hmm. It's been super fun so far, and we've had way more success than we ever thought we would. So,
Yes,
it's either gonna plateau or go up from here, or we quit. So, which I doubt that.
One of the three.
Yeah, those are the options.
Yeah. But no, let us know what your resolutions are in the comments. We'd love to hear them. And we hope to see you back here throughout the year. We do appreciate all the Lousy listeners out there who rode with us, who've been riding with us, I should say, since the beginning, but definitely who rode with us through 2024. First full year as a show, which is really sick. So greatly appreciate everybody who's been here. Can't wait to see what happens this year. And let's keep the ball rolling. So subscribe to the channel, like the video, and we'll see y'all on Thursday.